Okay, we're live. Hi guys, sorry for the delay. We've been faffing around trying to sort out piles and piles of junk. We went on a bit of a marathon session today. Well, I did 2 early ones. No, 3 early ones.
3 early ones, then came back for me, and then we went to another one.
Then we went to a late one as well, which was like miles and miles away. I have caught the sun. Looking at me in here now, I've really caught the sun. Whoa, look at that.
I went sleeveless just to try and get a little bit of colour on the top of my arms. I'm still stripy though.
No, you've evened out. I've gone stripy.
I'm still stripy.
That's like blinding up there. Look at that. So yeah, really, really nice hot day here. Look at the back of my neck. Jeez.
No, not good.
Right. Anyway,
not good at all.
So welcome along. Sorry we were running late. It's just going to be a kind of haphazard haul. We're going to share with you as much as we can get through. Really, we picked up a load of stuff, so we'll get into that in a minute. I just need to say hello to a few people. Let's move that over there. First in tonight was Lucy, and then we have Warwick and and Chelsea, Tactical Bite, Dr. Doodle Doo. Welcome everyone. Business Wolf, Kay, Graham. Let me just move this window. Why can't I do that? There we go. Make this one bigger and longer. That's what you like to hear. Where was I? I lost where I was. Kevin, Jay, Chris Gotts is in there. Falling on a Bruise, which is Phoebe.
No, that's Andrea. Falling on a Bruise.
Falling on a Bruise is Andrea. Sorry, Andrea. Stephen, Michelle, Adam, loads and loads of people. I won't say hello to everyone because we'll be here all night, and we have a pile of junk to share with you. So if that's your thing, stick around because we've got plenty of it.
Phoebe is Finn Fashion.
Oh yes, yes. Anyway, so hello. I don't know how much we'll be able to dip in the chat. We'll dip in and out, but we need to crack through a load of stuff. So that's the plan today. Graham says there, what's that? Nick is still signing Atari autographs as he is now the Chuck Norris of reselling. Excellent. I bumped into 3 different people today that recognised me. One when you were with me.
Yeah.
And he was talking about the Atari cart.
And he didn't take his name.
No, I didn't get your name if you're watching this. That was in, we drove to one we've never been to before, like 40, 50 minutes away. And it wasn't that great, to be honest. But yeah, we met a lovely chap there whose name I forgot to ask. I had quite a chat with him about YouTube and stuff. So yeah, that was nice. And I saw a lady in Hitchin this morning who sells Lego, who watches us, and she was asking after us and about the gig in London and the terrorist thing and all that. She was, yeah, really interesting chat. And then I met another lady I'll get onto in a minute when I was buying some Playmobil. Anyway, we need to crack on and get started. Lots of people saying hello, so welcome aboard. There's Lonnie, Callum, Hillsman, Cincinnati Picker, which is John. Trying to get to know all the names of the guys I hang out with on the 6-pack.
Heather says, dear God, just tuned in to be blinded by the white arm.
What is? Ah! That is just shocking, isn't it? Yeah, I can never go t-shirtless now.
Oh, no. Well, you're going to have to on holiday.
Yeah, we're going on holiday in August to...
we'll be those English people, you know, with the white legs.
I'll take this off and I'll just be like, blinding people.
Yeah, we'll get you a handkerchief for your head.
Yeah. Okay, right. Do you want to start? Do I want to start?
No, you might as well. You've got more than me.
I'll run through a few bits. I picked up a fair bit. Well, yesterday I went to where I used to live in a village. They have a yearly village fete, really big event, and they always have a what they call a white elephant stall, which is a glorified jumble sale. Effectively, everyone in the village donates, and then a few volunteers sort it all out and sell it off. So I volunteered my services for that, and I was there at 10. I didn't finish till gone 5, but of course that gave me the benefit of going through all this stuff before the public. So yeah, I did get a couple of boxes of stuff from there, some of which will be in this haul. It's in a mess. We'll just start here. What are these? Some sealed stuff for Amazon that we picked up today. These Friends ones are worth virtually nothing if they're open. Sealed, they're quite good. I've sold most of these different numbered sets for anywhere between sort of 12 and 20. I think that currently is about 18. and a Meerkat one that's not great. I think that was about 12. I paid a £5 on the pair. This arrived in the post. If you watched last week's hangout, it was all about the Monty Python, and you don't know what I picked up today. It's obvious now, I've just said that. But
well, you got the Life of Brian.
I did.
You did.
I found the box set. But a lady called Susan was watching last week, and she sent me The Meaning of Life. Unfortunately, this is the one that Andrea has seen. I did message her and say, but it had already been sent. But thank you so much for the thought, Susan. So that's cool. Right, some more media. This is a good reminder to me to always ask the question. I see people selling Xbox One games, and I've given up asking how much they are, because usually they want way too much and they don't really hold their value that well. But I happened to ask somebody and they said £1 each. So I took a chance. Like I say, I don't usually buy them. FBA, there's not a great deal in it though, to be honest. But at £1 each, there's still some margin there. I'm just going to send them off to FBA. I wanted to ask though, I've never owned an Xbox One. Do Xbox One games have manuals? I know towards the end of PS3 and Xbox 360, they stopped producing manuals in a lot of games.
It's just online, wasn't it?
Anyone who knows, because none of these have, there's a few little scraps of paper, but there's no real manual. Is that across the board?
That it's online.
Yeah, or on the disc.
Yeah. Yeah,
which is what they started doing with PlayStation. They don't. Yeah, Blitz says no, they don't. No, don't have manuals. So that's what I thought. Cool. I've had so few of these. Like I say, I tend to avoid them. I really didn't know. A couple of Wii titles. These were from the Fate where I was helping out. I think these owe me £1 each. This on FBA sort of 10 to 15. I think that's about 8. So it's okay. This was cool. Have you heard of Aspinalls?
Yes.
Aspinall of London. Now, this was chucked in a box of donations at the Fate where I was helping out. And I picked it up. And it's a really high-end London handmade sort of crafted thing. It's a little wallet, a fold-open wallet.
Wow.
And I was looking at completeds, and they're all over the place. But I think that's an easy, like 30 quid or something. Wow. Really sort of high-end bespoke gift kind of stuff, really. That was nice. I chucked a load of stuff in the box, and then by the end of the day, I'd put in the pot about £30+ so that owes me about £1, I'd imagine. Really, really nice Joni Mitchell travelogue on Amazon, about a tenner. Oh, let me whiz through some of this. A lot of bog standard, just sealed stuff.
Yeah, my comment was, why did you buy the heels?
The heels, yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's a crap show, really.
It's awful.
I don't buy it because I want to watch it. It's sealed.
I know
I'm just going to sell it. It's only worth, I put on there about £8 FBA, so it's hardly worth picking up. But these were nice. Again, at the Fate where I was helping out, somebody had donated a load of software. I didn't buy it all, but I bought, these are Office for Mac. The 2008, I quickly looked up before we went live. It's only about a tenner, so that one's not great. But they're only about £1 each. So the 2011 Office Mac Home and Business.
Yeah, I think that's what we've got on our, well, that's what I've got on my computer anyway.
Yeah, well, it gives you PowerPoint, Word, Excel, and Outlook. So it's quite sought after. But prices were everywhere from 20 to 50. I don't know what the difference, if there was any difference there, or it's just people pricing it low and underselling it. But that's a good one. And then Windows 7 Home Premium, which isn't worth a lot these days, about 20 I've got on that. And an iLife for Mac, if you can see that, which is iPhoto, iMovie, GarageBand, and iWeb. It's a bit old now, but it still holds its value at about 15 to 20. So they were pretty cool. Mac software I do well on, certain stuff. Ooh. And a Catherine Cookson box set, which I've sold a couple of times for about 20 on Amazon. It's a big set, isn't it? It's about 8 discs or something. So yeah, that was cool. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Do you want to do some of your shoes, actually?
Yeah, well, we went to the boot sale today, and I didn't buy a lot, but I found, this is just actually before we were going home, these are Little Bird shoes, which is Jules Oliver. Don't know if you can see.
It's all right, I'm just checking.
I wonder what you were doing there.
Keep talking, I'm just checking the mic is on.
Inside of the shoe. They sell them in Mother Care, and they're new. They've never been worn. Don't have a tag, but have the remnants of a tag. I saw some completed purple ones of these. They went for about £18, so quite happy with those. I paid £1 on those.
Oh, they were only £1, were they?
They're only £1, yeah.
And what do they go for, sorry?
I've seen some purple ones go for about 18, so
25 it is then.
And then there was a lady that had some box shoes. They're all used, but hardly any wear to them at all. If you can see inside, I mean, there's hardly any wear on that.
They've got heels on. These have got heels on as well.
Obviously, it's a theme of the day, isn't it? Obviously been worn a bit, but they're in really, really good condition. Still in their box.
They've got spangles on. They're all like spangly.
They are, as you can see, they're forest heels. And I'm going to shoot for about 25 on those, and they were £5.
Cool. Yeah, they've not had a lot of use.
They haven't had a lot of use. They've obviously been worn, but
they're a bit dusty, but the tread is not really worn.
Yeah,
that's cool.
They're in really good condition. And on the same stall, she had 3 pairs of Toms, and I've never picked up or sold Toms before. I know they're expensive to buy new, and I know that people really like them, are quite sought after. So I was umming and ahhing. I thought, oh, I'll walk away, because she wanted £8 a pair or 2 for 15, which doesn't give you a lot of, it's only £7.50 each, so it doesn't give you a lot of discount. But I thought, okay, I'll look at the comps and then maybe come back. But then there was this other lady, and she was looking at them, and she said, oh, I'll take these, and they were the nicest pair. And she kept trying to haggle her down, and she was going, no, they're £8. And she's like, oh, I don't want to pay £8. Will you take? It was going back and forth. So in the end, I said, so you said 2 for 15, I'll take them. So I took both pairs that I liked. I'm learning from Nick.
Have you ever had that moment where you look at something you really undecided, and as soon as somebody else starts to show interest, that part of you goes, oh, I really want it now?
It's either don't and regret it, or these are just plain red ones, got a really nice pattern on the inside.
So the brand is Toms. I've seen a lot of the American resellers talk about Toms.
Yeah.
I don't know if are they American? Yeah, I was going to say they might be.
Because on the it's got an American size. They're a UK 7, but it's got an American size on the box.
Oh, they got sorry.
Oh dear.
They've got lions and things in.
Yeah, they're really cool. But these are the ones that I like the most. I'm getting out box. Little spotty blue ones.
Oh yeah, I've not seen them. You showed me these.
Yeah, they're really, really nice.
Oh, they've got cool linings. They've got like birds in.
They're really lovely. And they happen to be my size, which is I tried them on.
Which is dangerous.
They're really comfy. So I'm umming and ahhing as to whether I'm going to keep a pair. I'm not sure.
Sell them on.
Yeah, Nick would sell them, of course, but
I sell anything that's not tied down.
I know, literally. So yeah, that was my little pickup.
Sorry guys, I've got a really dry throat. It's so hot in here again.
And tea.
Yes, I'm drinking tea. Shall I show this? Andrea got me this as a joke. We don't think I'm a big deal.
No, it was a joke.
This is one of my joke Christmas presents from Andrea.
Just so you're kind of.
Kind of a big idiot on YouTube. That's who I am. There was lots of chat going on. Let me just dip in.
I noticed there are a couple of people who said my hair looks nice, so thank you for that.
Yeah, Andrea and Ellen had your hair done.
Yeah, Ellen's got hers cut a lot shorter.
Yeah, and I had mine done last week by you.
Yeah, and Monty's had his done this week as well, so we're all ready for the summer.
Yeah, no more scruffy heels, or at least not for a few weeks. I was just reading it here. Talking about the Xbox games, lots of people confirming they don't have manuals, which is cool. Then let's talk about favourite Nintendo GameCube games. Mine would probably be Mario Kart Double Dash on that system. Loved that game. Smashing New Hair, someone says that. Oh, and then it jumped just as I was reading it. Oh my God, there's loads of chat. There we are. This version of the Hills is much better. There you go.
It is, yeah.
I can't see this coming out on DVD box set.
With a reseller Spidey.
Oh, no, don't compare us to Spidey. Yeah. Favourite Nintendo GameCube game, Mario Kart Double Dash. Someone agrees with me there. That's Peter. Smash Bros. Melee. I never played that on the Cube. Missed out on that. Luigi's Mansion was a great game, yeah. Sorry, we're hijacking the chat here with a bit of geekiness. Someone else saying Melee. Yeah, that's Callum. Pokemon Colosseum. I had Pokemon Snap when I had an N64. Remember that? Yeah. I was so hooked on that weird game where you go around taking pictures of Pokemon. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know, 26, 27 at that point.
I don't know, I was
playing a game designed for like 7 or 8 year olds. Right, let's see. We'll quickly see if there's any questions or anything, and then we'll get back into the haul. I got Pokemon XD on the GameCube out of a charity shop for £1 and sold it for 70. That is so rare, that game. I remember when we had our gaming shop, Cube was quite big, and we had all of those titles, all the rare stuff, and we used to order them in from Nintendo sealed. Looking back, of course, you can't have that sort of foresight, but if we'd have just ordered up boxes full of them and left them sealed. But yeah.
Sarah John says that Tom's are the comfiest shoes ever. Yeah, I have to say I was really surprised. I put them on just to see. I thought, oh, these are really comfy.
Don't convince her to keep them. What are you doing to me? Oh, it just jumped again. Right, yeah. Oh, Darren's in there. Hi, Darren. And Steve Green, hi. I need to catch up on Steve's videos. I was in the habit of watching Steve's daily vlogs, and I've dropped out of that, but I'll get back into it again, Steve. Tom's comfiest shoes ever. Yeah, that's Sarah. Oh, is Steve not making videos? Someone says I'm lost without your videos.
Oh no, maybe he is, and they would be lost.
Oh, we're catching up. Look, Lonnie says that's an awesome cup. It's very tongue-in-cheek, honestly. I don't think that highly of myself.
I just thought it was funny when I saw it.
Yeah. A bit of whiskey clears the throat. To be honest, right now, I would kill for a cold cider. I've got one in the fridge, haven't I?
Wow.
Might have to nip out in a minute. Quick question. Let's do that and then we'll move on. Oh, there's Zahir. Hi, Zahir. What do you all think about making custom vintage shirts, jackets, etc.? I've just sold a denim jacket which I've distressed and ironed on patches for £50. I think if you've
if you've got that artistic flair, go for it. There's a lot of faffing around in my book, but
if you can
get that money, and
I suppose
if you're artistic and you love anything to do with that and sewing, and
I'd be interested to know, Martin, that £50 denim jacket you sold, what do you think you would have got it before you applied your magic to it? You know, if it would have been a £10 jacket and you turned it into a 50, then spending a couple of hours doing your work on it is totally worth it. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to do something more creative, to be honest. I love, you know, I went to art college. I have an artistic background, but I just don't use it.
We have a vintage clothes shop in our town called Jolly Brown's, and they do a lot of their own customization of vintage clothes as well. So
what do they do to it? Do they stick stuff on it?
Yeah, similar.
Cool. Yeah, I was here again saying hello. Oh, and it just jumped. Talk of SNES Mini in there. Have they confirmed SNES Mini yet? I've not seen a confirmation they're doing that.
Sounds like a Christmas thing, doesn't it?
Oh, Steve's having a break for a couple of weeks. Totally understand that. Doing a daily video, hats off to you, mate. It's so much work. Yeah. David Morse, did you get any money back for the shoddy shipping of your mic? The mic was fine. I'm happy with the mic. I'm not going to cause a big scene over it. I could have done. I'll probably just leave a mutual feedback, and I'm not going to ask for money back. It's just a shame. If I wanted to resell it or give it as a gift, I think I would have kicked off. But because it was for me and the mic is here and I'm hoping it's still working, you know, it's fine.
Have you made a typo in our title? Because people keep asking, what's a sundle?
What's a sundle?
Yeah. A sundle live haul.
Oh, what did I do there?
I don't know.
Yeah, a sundle live haul. It's a new thing. I don't know. Sunday live haul is what it should say. Okay, right, let's carry on. Shall I do a bit? Yeah, you just did those shoes. I went to a stall today and it was a young lady and her mum, I assumed, and everything was horses. There was loads of horse tackle, and a lady, just as I rocked up to the stall, a lady was basically buying all the tackle, you know, all the bits and leather stuff. I don't know anything about it. She probably got the bargain of the century. I don't know what she paid, but she walked off with arms full of horse tackle. So yeah. And then she had like 4 crates. Oh, we've ka-chinged what we flogged. Oh, I sold Spirit Level and 2 rules for £40.
Cool.
That's all those Spirit Levels gone now. Yeah, she had 4 crates of books all about horses, everything you can imagine about horse management, horse whispering, you know, everything, horse care, healing for horses. And I scanned, the first one I scanned was like really good book on Amazon, great rank and worth about £20+.
Oh, apparently it's tack. Tackle is fishing.
Oh, right. Okay. Horse tack. That's what she had. Who said that? Not your nana, was that? Horse tackle. So many jokes. Yeah. I'm not going to be able to talk about this now. Horse tackle. Brilliant. Yeah. So anyway, I scanned the first one and it was a great book. Perfect for FBA. So I nearly just said, how much do you want for the 4 crates? Because it's 50p a book. And then I realized they weighed an absolute ton. Most of them were this sort of size thing, about a kilo a book. So I ended up scanning most of the interesting looking ones and just bought the 4 that were pretty good. So we've got Saddlery, Healing for Horses, Such is the Real Nature of Horses, and Ride with Your Mind.
Ride with your mind. Wow.
Ride with your mind. Man. So yeah, they're just going to go off to Amazon. They all have fairly good values and pretty good ranks. So that's those. I'm really glad I didn't buy all the crates now. I would just filled the car up with horse books. Oh, I picked that up today. I remember when this came out, it's when we had the gaming shop, and it didn't do very well as a game. But nobody has any new on Amazon that's doing FBA, so I'm going to probably send it up for about 20. Do you remember what I paid on that? I think it was £1 or £1.50.
Yeah.
So that's going up in my next Amazon box. I've been sending a lot into Amazon recently, and that's going really well. Amazon numbers have gone right up again.
Yeah.
Just because I sent up a couple of boxes full. Favorite author of all time, again, Roald Dahl. I managed to find 2, grab that one a sec, of exactly the same box set, and I think I paid the same on both. I think it was 3. Oh no, maybe one was 4 and one was 3. The outer boxes aren't great. Actually, that one's in good shape. This one's in a mess. With these, if the boxes are bashed up and really bad, I just take the books out and sell them, just lay them out, and they go for the same money. It's been a while. I don't know what I get on these ones. About 20 maybe. There's those. Do you want to do some? I could go on all night. You might have seen some of this.
No, I won't.
This was yesterday. Yeah, this was from the Fate.
Oh, okay.
A sealed game called Wordsmithery. And on Amazon FBA, there's one seller at £40, but the rank looks pretty good. So I would imagine I'll send that in.
Before the question disappears, can I just answer a question?
Yeah.
Maria Clark said, I had my first return request saying that the colour of a pair of shoes was different in the photo. Do you edit your photos before listing? And if so, or if yes, which program do you use? Yes, I do sometimes, but I use it on my iPhone. I'm trying to think what the program's called now. Let's have a look. Bear with, because I can't remember right off the top of my head.
You might be able to hear the trains today because it's so hot in here. We've got the windows open.
I think it's just I do it in photos actually, because in photos you get an edit. I won't show you that picture because that was from my hair.
Oh, don't show them that one.
That was from my hair. Let's go here. So on the iPhone, you get like if you've got an iPhone, you get options to edit at the bottom there, and you can tap the middle and choose different colors. Usually I go to transfer, and that gives it something near what the actual color is. But also if you upload your photos straight into eBay. You can lighten them, or there is a little like button you can press, which is like a wand, and that changes it to make it look like it was when in real life.
Yeah, can you adjust it on the manual?
You can't. You can only click it once, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've been using as well. So yes, I do edit before I upload.
I have caught the sun so much. My nose is going.
Sorry,
red.
if I bored you that much, you've been looking at
No,
the sun.
I caught a picture of my face. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Hope that was helpful anyway.
Yeah. I think there are lots of different programs you can get on for your phone, different apps and things that you can get to change colours and edit your photos. So it's worth doing, I think.
Definitely. There was people talking about SNES Mini saying someone it's just jumped, saying they might restrict orders to one per person. Yeah. Get a load of Amazon accounts. Waiting for you to Google horse tackle in Google Images. Yeah, maybe later. Where's Nick and Andrew's hold music?
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
Oh, maybe when you were on your phone.
No, it was before that.
Oh, I don't know what that means. Oh, there's talk of games. I'm missing out on the games talk. Oh, I can't go back. Okay. Wow, there's lots of chat.
Oh, hang on. Go back. What? Sarah Johns says, in answer to that question about editing photos, she says, I had that then. Since then, I say colour is. Sorry, I haven't got my glasses on. I'm terrible at reading anyway. On the screen, not a book. Let's start again. She said, I had that. Since then, I say colour is my opinion only. Please be happy with the colour represented by the picture. It's worked for me since. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Cool.
Yeah. We did have that years ago. I sold like I think it was like a sports jacket, a kid's sports jacket, and it was a really bright sort of neon pink.
Yes.
And she sent it back and said it was too pink.
Yeah, I remember that. It looked really pink in the pictures.
It did, yeah.
Oh, it was too pink.
Too pink.
Too pink. Have it back. I just want to say a quick hi to Jay Ben. He says, hi guys. First time for me to say hello. Love the videos. Got one eye on you and one eye on the F1. Is Lewis winning? Let me know. I've not been in touch with the F1 this season at all. I'm totally out of the picture. Oh, there's loads of talk about games again. There's Dwayne. Mothership Products in the chat is Dwayne, who takes part in the 6-pack reseller chat, which I'm hoping to be part of if I can stay up tonight.
No, you haven't had a lot of sleep.
I had 4 hours sleep last night, and I was up at 6, and we went flat out doing boot sales until God knows what time, and I'm going to be knackered. But I'm going to try and join. I think it's on Jury's channel. I keep want to call him Jury. Anyway, yeah. So if you can join us for that, please do. But in UK time, it starts at like 1 in the morning. So yeah, bit of a late one. Okay, we need to crack on. Do you want to do bits or shall I do stuff?
We can do. We went to a charity shop this week, and I have. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen, or Facebook actually. I posted it on Facebook as well. Picked up this awesome vintage Hawaiian shirt.
This is so fugly. It's blooming brilliant.
You said you were going to wear it tonight.
Like I should have done, shouldn't I? This is one of those like wear it to a barbecue as a kind of piss take thing. It is so bad. It's good, isn't it?
I know. Well, I picked it up in the shop because it's so bright, it caught my eye, and I shouted over to Nick, ugly shirt alert, and then the woman next to me went, yeah, definitely.
And then we bought it.
And then we bought it. I think she thought we were mad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've listed that for 20.
So is that vintage? Did you find out how old it was?
It's definitely vintage. It's 80s.
All right. Yeah. Shoreline Hawaii.
Shoreline Hawaii it is. It's not one of the most expensive brands. But yeah, I liked it anyway. It was cool. And then I picked up this vintage skirt, which is Brendella. I don't know, can you do the do?
Let me move my tea out of the way.
It's Brendella. It is made in Ireland, so it's an Irish brand.
Yeah.
You've got, yeah.
Looks like licorice short shorts.
I'm thinking I've said it's 80s or 90s. I'm not really sure, but just looking at the print on it, I'm thinking 80s or 90s on that. So I've listed that 20 as well.
That's quite cool. I quite like that.
Yeah, it's really cool. It reminded me a bit of your old bedroom. Used to have
that was triangles.
Yeah, it's similar sort of colours though. And then this one. This one is Long Tall Sally by Amanda Streeter.
That sounds like it should be a country music song.
It does.
Long Tall Sally.
Yeah, it's definitely vintage Long Tall Sally.
So this is for tall ladies, yeah?
I would say, looking at the label, yeah. Funnily enough, it's for tall ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't being silly. People might not know it's a specialist brand, isn't it, for tall ladies? Called Sally.
Looking at the label, this is very early Long Tall Sally, and I would guess it's 80s. But I did actually message them. I sent them an email and I asked them if they had any information on the line that Amanda Streeter did and the print, etc. And the girl that replied to me, she said she's going to find out more information, but the girl that replied didn't really know. And she said, oh yes, I think about 5 years ago we had a print like this. And I'm thinking, no, because
more like 30 years ago.
There's definitely a much more modern logo now. This is definitely 80s logo. So anyway, I've listed that for 20 as well. It's a really pretty skirt.
The girl you spoke to in the office probably is younger than the skirt. She had no idea.
Yeah, probably. But anyway, she said she's going to get back to me. Now this one is really interesting. It's not vintage, but to look at it, it could be. It was in the sale in the charity shop. It's really quite ugly, but
that's a proper granny dress.
It is, exactly.
It's granny colours as well.
That's what I'm getting onto. It's brand new. It's still got its spare button attached to it. It is I just thought it was interesting to share this actually, because I've done a bit of research. Rival Clothing are a specialist company that make clothing for senior women.
Grannies.
So elderly people and mature ladies, as they like to put it.
Just grannies. You can say grannies. It's fine.
Yeah, and they specialise in making clothing for them. Okay. And I think in Beck's last haul, not her haul, it was a sales video, she showed that she'd sold a Marigold cardigan, and they do Marigold as well. It's all part of the same company, and it's all specifically for elderly and senior ladies.
Do elderly senior ladies shop on eBay then? I guess they do. It's got shoulder pads.
But at the same time, I thought, okay, yeah, so that the brand makes them specifically for it. But I mean, this is 30s, 40s style. So if somebody was looking for a 30s or 40s dress,
like theatre productions, TV production companies.
So I've listed it with all those keywords in it as well. So I've listed that one for 20 as well. And we'll see how it goes. But I just thought that was really interesting because I didn't know there was a company that did such a thing. And it just, they make it to look like it's vintage, like it's something that, you know, people would have worn in the 30s or 40s.
I reckon you'll sell that pretty easily.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
That's
the plan.
Oh.
Shall I do some more stuff? Just some bog standard media. Oh, not a particularly good one, but an early Now album, Now 24, one of the big box ones. You need to go a fair bit earlier than that to get decent money. I couldn't even tell you what that goes for. Some bog standard Now albums, a sealed bit and some other bits for FBA. They were all from the Fate. And they owed me, what, £1 each they were, I think? No, 50p. 50p weren't they, the CDs? So that was good. These I haven't looked up, haven't had a chance. If somebody wants to look them up for me now, let me know. Good.
Get people to do your work for you.
This was when I was on the Fate White Elephant stall, and I was setting it all up, and I came across these, and I just thought they looked expensive. I thought they looked interesting. The brand is Butler Cutlery. Craftsman since 1681. Really nice, I don't know, expensive feeling box. and it's got 6 forged stainless steel steak knives with staghorn. This style is staghorn. I don't think they're real staghorn. I mean, that would be crazy expensive, but it feels good.
I'm slightly worried with you sitting next to me with a sharp
I have knives. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what this worked out to cost me, probably a couple of pounds. So yeah, I don't know if anyone's got any info on that. I've not had a chance to look into it. I don't think they've been used. I don't know, maybe once or twice. Some light marks on them. So yeah, that was interesting. Something a bit different, something to learn about. And
yeah, are you able to sell that on eBay?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. And again, from the White Elephant store that I was helping out on, and yes, I did do a lot of work. I didn't just rummage and pull out all the good stuff. They had some really nice stuff there that we sold. I sold a really nice silver teapot. There was some really nice vintage cameras that I would have bought them all for myself, but it felt a little bit awkward because they all knew what I do.
I was wondering if next time we just get there when it starts and clear them out.
Yeah, but it was, you know, a car boot sale table. This was about, what, 10 long of them? Yeah. It was huge. There was so much stuff. You wouldn't, and when we started, it was like 2 or 3 people deep the whole way along.
Okay.
So if we're going to do it, we need to volunteer and go through. But yeah, I didn't want to just absolutely pillage it of all the good stuff and end up with a mountain behind. Oh, that's Nick's heap. So I was a little bit, you know, I grabbed what I thought was fair. This is Harrods. Let me show you the little doodly. This is a Harrods, really nice sort of, what do you call it? Hessian sort of case. Bits of leather on it, maybe leather, I don't know. And it's a backgammon set. And I briefly looked these up and they're going for about £30, I think. Depends on the set. They've made a few different ones. But yeah, this is nice. It's all like inlaid in here.
It's very sort of 70s looking, isn't it?
Do you think? I haven't checked that it's got its right quota of discs. That would be so annoying because I'd struggle to replace them, wouldn't I?
Does it say a date on the...
I don't know. I haven't really looked.
Let's have a look. I'll have a look while you're chatting.
So yeah, there was that. I'll give you that then, shall I?
Okay.
Oh, no, I'll put it there. The usual heap of board games. There's a load more in the living room. A sealed data races style, but this is like kind of wacky races. Well, wacky races says it there. So like sheep races and stuff. I think it had a good price on Amazon.
No, it doesn't say.
Doesn't say a date. Okay, cool. Let me shove these out of the way. Have a quick look in the chat.
Yeah.
I know we're behind. Shing Bob says in there, your tap cave is getting smaller, Nick. Next week we will probably just see 2 heads.
I'm drowned in.
It's staying the same size. We're just filling it again.
Yeah.
So here saying no issues so far. It's a decent service. Sorry, train going by. I don't know what Zahir's talking about. Decent service. Having a chat with someone. Oh, it's just jumped down to the end. Any now 48s, Nick? Frustratingly, my mum was on the CD stall. Oh, we did find
we found a now 48 today. Had 1 disc.
Had 1 disc in it. But I think the now 48 price has dropped back down again, hasn't it? But
yeah, I think the moment passed.
My mum was helping out on the CD and DVD and all of that stall. And I went over there and had a rummage, and there was a box with about 30 or 40 now albums in. I just said to her, can you hold that back? Because at this point, none of us had floats, so we couldn't buy and sell anything. Can you hold that back and I'll give you what you need for it later? She completely forgot and sold it. Or somebody else sold it, which was annoying, but there you go. There was no real early ones in it. It's just, I like to pick them up. Okay, Nick, be careful with the knives. Do not mention horn in listing, will get pulled. Steak knives are okay. Interesting. Oh, that's Gary. Hi, Gary. Yeah, that's cool. People saying yes, you can sell it. It's cutlery. Leisure picker, they look kind of cheap. Oh, okay. Shows what I know. I thought they looked quite cool. It was one of those things that it looked interesting. I didn't know anything about it, and it was only going to cost me a couple of pounds. So it's going to force me to learn about them.
No, Stuart's in the chat. Hi, Stuart.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Why can't I can't see?
Because he's called David Draper. He says hi.
Oh, hi you two. Yeah, hi Stuart. Well, it could be Alison.
It could be.
Or it could be Dave.
It could be. But last time we thought it was David. It was Stuart. So we'll go with that.
Yeah. Okay. Sue's piles of shame. Playmobil ? Oh, that's someone asking Sue a question. Sorry. David Morse, £36 for 6 steak knives and forks on eBay, Nick. Oh, of that brand. Well, that's all right then, if that's the case. Will you take less? Has a question. Let's do that quick and then we'll carry on. They say, would you take a toy back to a charity shop if it was faulty or swallow it and move on? It would depend a bit how much you spent on it, but I do take stuff back to charity. I think that's fine. I mean, I know it's a charity, but just because it's a charity, you still have the same rights as any regular retail shop. And if they're selling something which isn't fit for purpose, you're perfectly entitled to take it back. But if it's £1 or 50p, you just get on with your life. It's not even worth the effort. Yeah. But I took a couple of board games back to a place recently because I was going back anyway. And I said to them, I don't want money back. I'm going to just take something else. And they were cool about that. So, yeah. But
did you ask the question about the elephants? Have you sold your elephants yet?
No. No, I still got them. I think I marked them down to 40. They've had a couple of questions and a load of views. I'm happy with that.
Just waiting for that right person to want them.
Yeah, it may well be a Christmas thing. It may well sit there till like October, November. And then that one person who's looking for that unique gift for someone who's got a load of those elephants will pick it off. But yeah, no, I've still got that one. Some things sell immediately and some things will sit on the shelf for ages. That's just how it is with the way we do things. Right. Okay, shall we carry on?
Oh, Stuart said it's all of us. So hi, Alison, David, and Stuart, and Daniel.
Oh, and Daniel, yeah. Hi, Daniel. I bet he's watching. Yeah, sorry, guys. This is my sister and her fiance and 2 sons, who we saw yesterday. Actually, they were at the fete. Stuart comes up to the fete. They do reselling, and my sister's going full time soon. And he comes up, sees me on the white elephant stall and goes, is there any point in me looking, Nick? Yeah, but he found a couple of good bits on the toy stall. I hadn't had a chance to go through that. So, okay, right. Oh, Gary says again, he sells boxed cutlery all the time. Depends on the brand and vintage. Okay. Yeah, it's an area I need to learn about. So that's the way I do it. Take a chance and see what happens. Another quick question before we carry on with the haul. N. Parker says, thinking of taking the plunge into Amazon FBA, how easy is it to get going and what sort of percentage do they take in total? I would say start with merchant fulfilled. I wouldn't jump straight into Amazon FBA because for me, it only makes sense if you're sending a lot of stuff up. You have to pay to get it up there. There are monthly storage fees. They do take a fairly larger percentage in fees than you do merchant fulfilled. So I would test the water with merchant fulfilled first. If you're interested in fees, you can go to the Amazon fee calculator. Just Google Amazon fee calculator, have a play around on there, and you can see the percentages. But yeah. Right.
There's a question there from Stuart about the scenic game.
Where? Oh, it says Daniel's in bed. Oh,
yeah. Okay. I suddenly looked at the time and realised he would be.
Oh, just seeing the scenic game behind you, I tend to leave them. Do you send yours to FBA? Scenits, most I don't bother with. These are friends' Scenits. There's a sealed one there. Last sealed one I sold for 50. Somebody else said they got 50 the other day. But that's Amazon FBA. And that I think would be the only way you'd get that. Yeah. And I tend to wait till Christmas on these. So there's one sealed one that I spent a £5 on. I hope to get 50. An unsealed one that probably will be about 30. But yeah, Amazon FBA. Likewise with that, not worth even touching, but it's sealed, so I'll send it up at Christmas. Likewise with that's a Christmas thing really, although I did sell one for 30 the other week. So yeah. Now what?
I don't know.
Oh, this was another one.
Stuff.
At the end of the fete where I volunteered, I filled the cart. There was a load of stuff left over. At the end, it was like we were virtually giving it away, or we were giving it away at the end. And then I took anything that had any value off to the big cancer research that we go to, and the one that Darren was in the other week. But as I was taking it all, I realized this was Samsonite. I don't know if you can see that, which I think is a saleable brand. So I don't know if there's any money in this, but I thought I'd give it a go. It doesn't have the keys. It should have 2 little keys. These are okay.
That's inside, isn't it?
It needs a bit of a wipe out.
Yeah.
I think it should have a tray that sits on these white little ledges.
Sorry if it makes noise.
So I don't know if there's any money in that. It looks really vintage. It looks sort of 80s to me. Yeah, Samsonite plastic hard case. Don't know what you'd use that for. No. If there's nothing in it, it can go back to the cancer research where it was going. Right, so I'll do this.
Yeah.
I said earlier that I bumped into a lady that watches our videos. She was looking at this. Oh my God, it's so big. She was having a look at that and she had it all open and she was rightfully so taking her time looking through it all. And was really umming and ahhing about it. So I inquired about the price. The lady wanted 15. I said to her, we'd ascertained that it didn't have any figures in it, which is quite a big deal with those. So I said it's not really worth any more than 10 to me without figures. And we agreed on 12. So that might be a bit of a fail because I think with all complete, they're about 50 or maybe 40 to 50. So without figs, I don't know, from that money, might be a bit of a fail. I'm not really sure. And I also bought another massive thing. Can I give you more stuff? Hold on a minute. Oh, I found a Harry Potter Cluedo. Another one for Christmas, or in my book anyway. But they sell quite well at Christmas. Couldn't tell you what they're going for now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick this up. This may be a fail as well because I kind of got seduced by the Sylvanian families thing. And I got even more seduced by the pictures, which are really deceptive. There's about like 50 figures here, but none of those are included. There's only like 2 little families in it, which is what it comes with. I think it's like this much. I don't know. And I paid more than I should. I paid 30. Did I tell you what?
36, I think you said.
36, 35 or 36, something like that.
In my head.
But I think I've paid too much on that. If it had loads and loads of extra stuff with it, because I tried to do a search while I was there, and I searched whatever it's called, Regency Hotel, and quickly flicked through. But I was right on the stall chatting with the lady, so it's a bit awkward. And a lot of the ones that had finished and were going in the hundreds, I realised, with hindsight, had loads of extra stuff chucked in. But I do have a couple of crates full of Sylvanian stuff up here, so I might just make a big bundle.
We're going to play What's in the Box.
Should we play What's in the Box? So yeah, I'll keep you posted on that. What I imagine I'll do is go through. I must have 100 to 200 Sylvanian figures that we need to go through, pull out the rare families, sell them off individually, and then what I think I'll do is populate that hotel with the bog standard figs.
There was a question from Jay Ben asking if I knew what the clothing brand E was. I don't offhand, and if I saw the label, I don't know, I might have a better idea, but if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, just drop us a picture and have a look if you haven't worked it out by then or somebody else hasn't told you. But offhand, no, I don't know.
Right. David Morse says 15 to 20 on eBay, Nick. Is that case? Maybe. I'm not sure where we were in the chat at that point.
Yeah.
Will you take less? Says it's a fishing tackle box. If it's a fishing tackle box, not a horse tackle box, it needs that tray really, doesn't it? To put all of the hooks and stuff in. Well, someone else, Yorkshire Seller says, looks like a vanity case. That was my thought. It felt more like a vanity case.
Yeah.
But again,
also, going back to labels, sorry to interrupt.
Sorry.
I was just thinking, if you do a quick Google search of different labels and different brands that you think it might be, like it might be Evie, or it might be Evans, or it might be, you know, anything that you can think of that begins with E, do a quick Google search on it and it'll probably give you the answer.
Yeah, totally. Google is your friend.
Yes, definitely my friend.
CYBK says, so you see seashells and sells seashells across the shore. All right.
Okay.
How many ciders have you had? Jay recommends asking Ben about the Sylvanian. I might message Ben. Yeah, he's really carving out a niche in Sylvanian. He's learning a lot about that stuff and does some epic listings and building up whole things.
Fake Rachel's the Sylvanian.
Fake Rachel, I'll probably message.
Expert as
again.
well.
But I've got 2 little cottages. I've got a gypsy caravan. It's not really something I've ever done much of, so I've been hoarding it. Now I need to really get rid of it. Right, let's do a bit of what's in the box. This is stuff. There's another box there. We could do that quickly afterwards. We've been going 55 minutes. Yeah. This is today's stuff I haven't had a chance to sort out. The chap we met at the last one we both went to, whose name I didn't get, I bought a couple of these dolls off him. I don't think they were actually in here. These I all bought earlier. These are Monster High. So I bought 2 off that chap at, I think, £1 each. And I bought about 20 earlier in the day.
Maybe. Just hideous.
Yeah, but people buy them. That's all that counts.
I know they do.
So I've got about 20
this one's got a tail.
Yeah. And they bundle up really well. If you can work out which the rare ones are, they are worth doing individually. The bundle I bought earlier, I paid £12 for. So that worked out a little bit over, under £1 each. And there's loads and loads and loads. There are like copies of these, and you need to learn what the faces look like and what the joints look like.
Is there any branding on them?
I'm not sure, but you just have to get to know what the face shape looks like and the quality of. They're actually quite well made things, and they're really well jointed. There was a load of fake ones in this woman's job lot, so I just took all of those out, and that was my negotiating point, really.
They're made by Mattel.
Yeah. So these
are
all
a good indication, because if it's a copy, it won't be Mattel. So there is branding, Mattel branding on the back. I don't know. Oh, the light's too bright there, actually.
And as with any of these things, the money quite often.
You can see that it's not focusing.
I doubt that'd focus.
No, anyway, fail. But the branding is on the back there.
A lot of the money is in the accessories and stuff. So if they've got all the extras, there was a big box and they had loads of extras in. There's like seats and wardrobes and God knows what.
Similar to Barbie in that way, and it also has branding on the back of the head.
It just goes on. And there's boy ones in here. They do boy ones.
Wow.
Look at those trousers.
Looking at the flip-flops.
He's so cool. So yeah, there's a ton of them. Hold on a minute.
Thanks.
I quite like them. I don't know. They're really quite cool. Why do I say these things on the internet?
I don't know.
Look at that.
Is this what you do at like 4 in the morning when I'm in bed?
You're
playing with your Monster High dolls.
I play with my dolls. Look at him. So yeah, there was loads and loads of them. So I'll make a bundle up out of them.
Did you get furniture as well?
Yeah, there's a few bits of furniture and God knows, there's loads of gear in here. I did buy, it's in a different box. I bought another load of Chuggington gear. I've got a massive lot of this from a couple of weeks ago I need to sell, so that'll be added to it.
A werewolf there.
Yep. So there's a load more of those dolls. Oh, we found some Polly Pockets today, didn't we? I don't know why there's one in here. The others aren't in here.
I don't know. The other part of it that she gave you.
Yeah, that isn't Polly Pocket.
No, I didn't think it was.
No. Yeah, we found a couple of Polly Pockets, which are nothing special, no figures.
Are they? Yeah, they are the Bluebird ones.
Yeah, yep. So
Just bizarre.
Fun times. That's that box. There's other bits in there, but nothing interesting. Nerf and stuff like that.
Gosh, he looks so happy, doesn't he? Yeah.
He's all a bit emo.
Oh, blimey, I've dropped one.
I can't pick it up. So yeah, stuff everywhere. Oh, your bag.
Oh yeah, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I picked this up today. It is a vintage high-tech sports bag, which is PVC. It's very 90s. It looks like on the side. It's got a strap. It's got a long strap, but that's in one of the pockets. It's in really good condition, actually. And I looked them up, and there aren't any completed. There's one very similar listed for about 20, different design. So I don't know. We thought we'd try.
I'd go higher than that.
Nick said go higher.
But it's one of those things that there's going to be so few available. You might as well ask a premium, because when you find that right person, they're going to want it.
But yeah, I just saw that and I thought, wow, that screams.
That reminds me of school. Does it remind you guys of going to school and you used to have that over your shoulder?
Yeah.
I used to have
really
high-tech bags.
I really like that.
Yeah, that was good. How much did you pay?
£1.
Wow, epic. I picked up a couple. These are both camping gas burners, nice modern ones. I think I paid £3 for the pair. Perfect time of year to get your camping stuff on. I haven't had a chance to look this up. Here's territory. Don't know if it's a good one. It's a Grundig, so it's a good make.
I tested that it works, yeah.
It's called a Hit Boy.
A Hit Boy.
Kind of funky. Yeah, look.
Yeah. That looks really familiar to me. I think maybe my grandparents
maybe you had one in the past, yeah. So a Grundig Hit Boy radio. I haven't tested it. It's got its mains lead.
Someone's sharing their music with us. Very nice.
Yeah, turn it up so we can all hear. Why don't you? And a train. God. So yeah, I don't know on that one. See if David will look this one up. Oh, David was just saying that. I hope you don't sniff them. No, that's here. Lonnie's saying Paulie Pocket. Paulie Pocket Paul. What?
Susan Locke says, Andrea, are My Little Ponies worth much? It depends what you've got. If you've got the 1980s ones and they're slightly, I mean, there are a few of the 1980s ones that are very run-of-the-mill that everybody had, which aren't worth a huge amount. The boy ponies, the ones that look like Shire horses.
They've got hairy feet.
Yeah. Well, they don't actually hairy, but they
have hair. Like...
Yeah, but it's moulded in the plastic.
Yeah. And they're not like real hair. But, yeah.
But they are the ones that are worth something.
Yeah. We looked into, when you were selling a load of ponies off recently, I was looking at, there's a green boy pony called Crystal something that we sold a couple of times. And back in about 2000, 2001, we got £40 each for them, which we thought was amazing. They're now at about 100 each. Yeah. So yeah, awesome. People are chatting about Dreamcast now. Shenmue. Don't know why Darren's talking about Shenmue in there. I never played that, but it's a really, really highly rated game. Yeah.
What was the boys' version of Polly Pocket?
Mad Max. No, not Mad Max. Mad Max. What's it, Max? Oh, I've got Mad Max in my head now. We've had it before. Mighty Max, isn't it?
Is that? Oh,
yeah,
maybe
something like that.
That rings a bell.
We had some ages back. I've not seen any since. Darren's done well with it. He's shared it in his videos. That's what Garage Flips Lonnie was talking about. Paulie Pocket. It's not called Paulie Pocket.
Yeah. Falling on a Bruise. Andrea says that it's Mighty Max.
Mighty Max. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Not Your Nana says as well. Okay. What's going on about Seaman? How do you know the age of the bags?
Well, I think that's That's just obviously 90s. It just says, hello, I'm 1990s.
Yeah, it just screams it. And I don't think they're making them anymore. Not like that anyway.
Yeah, it's just the design on it that says it, really. But other than that, I haven't really looked into it.
It's a good point, though. There's nothing stopping them reissuing that sort of stuff.
There isn't.
And I guess you could come unstuck if they reissue a sort of throwback design.
I don't know if there are any labels in there.
It's a good point, though. And, you know, we could get caught out by that quite easily.
Well, it's like I was talking about that dress. I mean, I picked it up thinking, oh, is this vintage?
Yeah.
And it also says made in England on it, which I thought, oh, okay, maybe it is vintage. Not.
Right, Matt Morris says about the bag, there's money in that bag, Andrea. I sold a vintage head tennis bag for 30.
Yeah.
Head, yeah, loads of guys at my school had head bags. Yeah.
There is a label in it.
Wow.
Say anything on it.
More people talking about Shenmue and Shenmue 2.
No. Just says PVC made in China.
Barry says, I remember going to school. The trend was to carry your books in a boot bag. Another trend was to use one of those cloth banker's bags. What's a boot bag? The trend for a while was to use those JD Sports sort of throw over bags with a cord.
Is that? Well, that's like a shoe bag.
Is that a boot bag?
So
that's probably what it means. Yeah.
Bag, it's all rucksacks these days.
Oh. £18 free postage radio sold for on eBay. Treasure Pirate, which is Heather. Hi, Heather. Okay, so that was okay. I think that was £2. So not a home run, but should be an easy flip. I'm going to put this.
Running out of space.
I'm building a tap mountain. Oh, you can see my line there. That's really stinging now. I need some after sun.
That's how I was a couple of weeks ago, isn't it?
Yeah. I picked up a few of these. There's not great money in these. You can bundle them up. Oh, they're duplicates, I think. Oh, no. Yes.
Oh.
There's two the same. There's 6 of these. I paid a couple of pounds for. They're called Cube World. And yeah, they're okay. This I just took a punt on. Where did I get this from?
I have no idea.
Can't remember where it was. Anyway, it's a ladies' Philips shaver. It was £1 and it seemed like it was a good idea. I feel like I should look it up now, but yeah, Philips ultra gentle, ultra fast epilator.
The random things we collect in this household, I'll tell you.
Well, I looked at it and I thought, I have no idea. It's £1. I'm going to take a chance and learn. And a load of other bits that you've seen 100 times, Harry Potter stuff, blah blah blah. Okay. Did you have any more bits you wanted to share?
No, that was it.
Okay. Oh, you found these today, didn't you?
Oh yeah. We haven't looked these up though. We don't know how much these are. But
no,
I don't know if you remember, if you were watching a few weeks back, we picked up some other Tupperware pots with a similar design on them. So it's 2 in 2 different sizes. Just pick them up to bundle with the other ones.
Why did I just smell that?
It's you with pots and some you with Barbies.
That smells of 1980s. It does.
So I love Tupperware anyway.
Yeah. So we will probably bundle up. I think we said last time, didn't we?
Yeah.
We save it up
We're
and
kind
bundle
of collecting it up a bit,
but this might be a more unusual colour. This could have value and be worth doing like that.
Yeah, we haven't looked it up. So
haven't looked it up. Couldn't tell you, but it's quite a nice sort of burnt orange colour.
Yeah, terracotta.
Or terracotta, whatever. This I thought was interesting. I found this again at the fete where I was helping out. It sat on the table all day, was still there at the end, and then I thought, I'm going to look that up on eBay. It's an IKEA, is that going to show? IKEA Kansley pair of handles, and it surprised me. People have been selling a pair like that for 20 quid and beyond. So I chucked it in my box and I think they charged me like 50p or whatever. So yes, please. That was a surprise. This I grabbed today because it's My Little Pony, but it's Build-A-Bear. I didn't even know they did Build-A-Bear ponies, but you've seen these, haven't you?
Yeah, I've seen one before.
And you didn't think there was much money in it? Build-A-Bear.
No.
No, so they're not great. Don't buy these. But he was £1, and he's an Applejack. Yeah, high five. High five. And I've got a load of Duplo today. This was. Were you with me then? No. I found a new boot sale. Well, it's a boot sale I've known of for years. We went way back in like 2001, 2, when it was kind of new and it was a bit crappy and pathetic. So I never went back. But now it's great. I went up there today and it was huge. There was loads of genuine sellers, not many dealers. Anyway, a lady was just putting out 2 bin bags, both full of Duplo. There's a massive zoo set here. I think it's a couple of sets. Yeah, well, there is a zoo. Here we go. There's that zoo set, and then a couple of other sets all bundled in. So you got your lions and your giraffes. You can't leave that lion there.
It's not a lion.
It's not a lion. Giraffe. It's a giraffe. Anyway, so yeah, that was good. All of this lot, there must be 4 kilos there, but the zoo set I will set up as a set and sell that for whatever. Haven't looked it up. And then the other bag she was putting out was a police set, which is really cool. So you've got police helicopter, police little car. There's a load of figures, policemen obviously, and the pilot for. Oh, it's got this isn't Duplo. These are Happy Land.
It's Happy Land, yeah.
Which we're going to give to my sister because her twins play with Happy Land. And there's a whole police building in there. So that I will build up. I'm not sure if the instructions are with that. And I pay £10 the lot, but I'll be guessing, but I would estimate about 50 quid I'll get back. Maybe that might be overestimated. Bear with. Oh, you liked these, didn't you?
I love these. These are brilliant.
Yeah, you show those off.
How much did you pay for them?
3, I think.
Okay. 3 each or 3?
No, the pair. I think it was 3.
These are Disney store. They have the little stamp on their bums. And it's, I suppose it's Minnie and Mickey.
Yeah, it's Mickey and Minnie. She's got the eyelashes left.
Oh yeah, she's got a bow in. Easter bunnies.
Yeah.
They're such good condition. They're really soft.
Yeah, this lady had loads of soft toys and they looked like they'd been really well looked after.
They're absolutely gorgeous.
So
yeah, sucker for a Disney store toy.
That's what you want, really. They've got like the stamp on. I don't know what they're worth, but at that money, there'll be money in it. I may put them away for Christmas or Easter, but
I think
not.
it saved them for next Easter. I think.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think I'll get a premium then?
I think you would. Yeah.
Somebody will buy them as an Easter gift.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Yeah.
They'll be chucked in a bag somewhere then.
We just need to remember they're there.
Yeah, and then we'll forget. We've done that with stuff, haven't we? This was really nice. This was. Were you with me when? Oh, that was today. The last one when you were there. I paid 3 again, I think, on this Playmobil with its little characters. You've got 2 holiday makers and their luggage and stuff, and the little pilot dude. Haven't had a chance to look it up. So yeah, but at £3 there'll be some margin in that. Remember Ben was showing big Playmobil set. Like an airport set that went for good money. And then at the fete, there was a few silver bits that we sold. Most of it was silver plate. None of us really knew much about it, but it sold really well. And there was a few little bits that I chucked in my box. I know nothing about this, and the reason I picked it up was because I want to force myself to learn. It's all hallmarked. That's probably not going to show. It's all got hallmarks on. I'm guessing that's a little like condiment pot. There's a little blue glass inlay in it. So there was that. I really liked this. Oh God, are you looking something up?
Yeah, June sent a picture of that.
This
label.
is what I really liked. I have no idea if there's any value in it. It's got an inscription on the corner somewhere. There we go. I assume that's owner's name. Don't know. It's a cigarette case. It's still got its little strap, which I think should be elasticated, but it's long since lost its stretch. So yeah, and again, this is hallmark top and bottom, but I have never really dealt with silver, and I wanted to force myself to learn what to look for. I don't know, just have a go really. So these bits were knocking around, and I think this whole lot owes me about a £5. I chucked in the pot for these. So yeah, these look like silver plate to me, but they're all hallmarked again. I'm guessing this is a little, what would you say that is, a condiment thing for the table again?
Yeah, well, we said that, or I said maybe something to put eggs in for
Put
the breakfast table.
3 boiled
or
eggs.
something. I don't know.
Yeah. And sugar cube thing. Again, all hallmarked. What you found out?
Give me a sec.
More hallmarked silver bits. Pepper, salt and pepper pots. I'm showing my complete ignorance.
So I'm just going to interrupt what you're saying.
Go on.
So June sent the picture of the E. I think it is Evie. If you look on the tag on the inside of the item, if it says peacocks, then it's likely to be Evie. So yeah, have a look at that. I think it is, but can't be definite.
Yeah. So I'm going to scroll to the end of the chat and ask a few questions about silver. Monkey Crow 84 said, just sold lots of Polly Pockets today, paid £7, sold for a total of 130. Yeah, they're great if you get the vintage ones with the figures. I noticed we were at almost 200 viewers. We've still got 181 in. Fantastic. Chuck us a thumbs up if you enjoy it. I can't actually see where we're at with thumbs up.
Everyone else is watching Formula One.
Yeah. Let me scroll. Sugar tongs, says Gary. Yeah, sugar tongs, they're quite nice. They're very tarnished, but there's hallmarks inside. Up there somewhere. ESP is silver plate on copper or brass. Or even EPS. Oh, yeah. That's from the Curry House, Nick. What, this? Some of this could be absolute cheap tap, but it had hallmarks on and it looked interesting. So literally, this is just going to force me to learn a few things. These are quite cool. Again, little like salt and pepper pots, hallmarked separately on the lids and the bases, but I can't get the lids off. Really, really light. Not a lot of weight to them. Gary says, or Southwest Seller says, Nick, I will message you on Facebook later. Your silver finds. Yeah, please do. I am totally ignorant. You know, Ken is your kind of expert on this sort of stuff. But I'll show you the other couple of bits. There's that which isn't silver, but that was interesting. And then there's these. And I bought these because we were in a charity shop the other day, weren't we? Remember?
Yes, I remember well.
And there was a couple of bundles of forks, really old looking, big, chunky knives and forks. And a certain percentage of them had hallmarks. And I just didn't have a clue.
Jason says that a solid silver has a lion hallmark.
I saw a lion thing on one of these things. Ooh. My eyes are so bad, even with these bins on. I
know, you need to get your eyes tested again.
I need to get one of those things Margaret has. A little like,
yeah.
What do you call it? Doesn't she call it a loop?
I don't know.
And you're like, eh. Oh, I can't see. Is there a lion on there? But yeah, we were in a church shop and they had a load of cutlery and a load of it was hallmarked. And I just didn't have a clue. And I stood there thinking, I should know this stuff. So I bought all of these. There's like fish knives and forks. I don't think they're real bone handles.
No, they feel plastic.
These handles, yeah. But they're hallmarked again. and a couple of spoons that feel better. And again, they're hallmarked.
Yeah, and John Brady said, get yourself a magnet.
Ah, yes, a magnet. Yeah, good point. But it's something I've been kind of putting off dabbling in for ages. And because I was helping out there and I got it really cheap, they were happy to let me take it away. So, yeah, bit of a task for me. I'm going to spend an afternoon looking into that, and hopefully Gary will give me some pointers.
Darren says, I use a loop.
Yeah, is that the little eye thing, Darren?
I think so.
Yeah. For Lego parts. Yeah, I've got a magnifying glass here somewhere, which is fine for when you're here, but I need a tiny little thing to put in my pocket. Right, so there's my experiment in silver, which I have no idea, but the whole bag owes me less than a £5, I think. So.
Well, it's 9:20, so shall we just answer some questions in the chat and then wrap it up?
I've got a couple more bits and then I'm done, so we'll do that.
We could be here till midnight, the amount you've bought this weekend.
That's fine, we've still got 180 people. This isn't all of it. How much is there in the living room still? I picked this up. It owes me £1, but I don't think it's great. So I did actually look into it when I got home. But I just think it's a cool thing. It opens up.
Stuart said, are you sure it's a lion and not a giraffe?
Yeah. Why has my silver got giraffes on? But yeah, it's a little clock that folds out. I don't think there's any real age to it.
No, that's really cool though.
But it's like inscribed with all different time zones around here. I think it's a modern thing.
It's a nice thing.
But when I looked into it, there's no real money in it. But I grabbed that for like £1 or whatever it was. Again, because I'm forcing myself out of my comfort zone with this. Whether that means it will just sit on the side forever and not get listed is another question. A couple more bits and then we'll dip in the chat and round things up. I picked this up for £1 because it was just a lovely looking thing. But I was surprised that it really does have some value. This is vintage Stanley, if you can see, and it's a hand drill. It's got its little side brace handle which goes in there like that, so you can give some pressure to it. It's got a little bit in there, but importantly it's got its box. So it's hand drill 803. Now these had finished all over the place, but I did see one seller on Buy It Now, I think it was on Buy It Now, with a box, importantly, sell for over 20. I think it was about 23, 24. So yeah, I was quite surprised. So that was nice. I can't get it back in the box. Oh my, what is wrong with me?
I don't know.
Oh,
Do you want to start a list?
you could start a list. Well, you married this.
I know.
More fool you. So yeah, I just love that. That's a really nice item in my book. Probably means nothing to you. You don't care.
I think it's lovely, actually.
Yeah. Oh, all right. And then, because I had a little bit of success with vintage typewriters, I thought I'd buy another one. This one, the last two I had were brother ones, and they sold for, what did it go for? 30 and 45 or something like that, and they cost me £3 and £5. This one I picked up at the boot sale this morning for £3, and it's a Sharp, basically exactly the same sort of thing as the brother ones. It's got power cord that comes out here somewhere, doink. And importantly, it's got a cartridge in it, and there was also, the lady gave me a little pouch with the instructions, a spare cartridge and a load of other bits so I can test it. But I did look that up. I think there's about £30+ in that top end, so that's all right. And a load of Hornby stuff and loads more gear. Anything good in there? Oh, here we go. For those of you that watched last week, we can now educate Andrea. There you go. Happy Christmas.
Thanks. Oh, it's sealed as well.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to have to open a sealed DVD.
I know, you don't like to open
I don't like opening sealed stuff. Okay. Right. We seriously could go on. There's a whole crate of stuff there I've not shared.
You could go on all night. But I think these people, you know, would like to go and enjoy the rest of their Sunday evenings.
Yeah. Do you want us to keep rabbiting?
No.
Matt Morris says big money in old tools. Yep, there really can be if you know what you're looking for. Certain brands. My uncle Steve knows what to look for with that stuff, but he just keeps hoarding it and not selling it. Yeah, Stanley. That's why. Yeah, because of the name. People collect the name. Dave Rowland again says yes. Those Stanley hand drills are sought after. Mine sold to a school. Oh, interesting.
That is interesting.
That watch is worth 6 million, Rodney. You'll be millionaires soon. Really? Yeah, whatever. Oh, hold on. Yeah, you got the box too. Yeah, that's the nice thing about that. It's in its original box. Peter Cummins just got here. What's going on? What's going on is we're wrapping this up because you're late.
Not because you're late, but because we've been going on for forever.
Yeah, we're not going because you've turned up. But we're going to have to wrap it up soon because it's now 9:30.
Wow,
and I need to go and drink cider.
Good excuse to leave.
Hand drills are good for schools as they are safer. Yeah, when we had that,
that's interesting.
When we had that big haul, do you remember we had a load of modern hand drills? Those Fiskars ones, and we sold all of those really quick. Darren's saying, I think whatever Nick sniffed in that pot is affecting him. It was good, whatever it was, I tell you. Where's that pot? I need more. That's not a drill. This is a drill. What's that from? Is that a film quote? Is that a take on that's not a knife? This is a knife.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Peter says I'll keep that sealed. No, I'd quite like to see it actually.
Yeah, we need to educate Andrea on. I picked up a few other Monty Python bits with it as well. So there's some good stuff in there. Yay, Life of Brian, great film. Yeah. Peter says, I just got here, rabbit on. Well, you can go if you like, I'll just waffle.
Fallen on a Bruise said George Harrison funded The Life of Brian.
Oh, that's a good fact.
I think I have heard that actually.
Oh.
Yeah, I seem to recall that.
That's cool.
Because I might not have watched the film, but I think I have watched a documentary about it.
Brother AX100s go for around 70, says N Parker. I can't remember what one I had. I had two different numbered ones.
Shazad says that I'm like a hostage.
You're my tat hostage. You cannot leave until you sell all of this stuff.
I've been hostage for 15 years. Help me.
Is that how you describe our marriage? I've been hostage for 50. It's our 15th hostage anniversary. Yeah. You've got Stockholm syndrome, though. It's fine. You've finally fallen for me. People are saying, keep going. We don't mind. Yeah. We'll keep going for a little bit until Andrea forces me to stop. I want Nick to sing I'm a Lumberjack so we can all join in.
Oh, dear.
You don't want that to happen. I do like that song, though. If it's on, I will sing along. I'm not sure a solo rendition would be good for anyone's ears. Andrea's had enough. Have you had enough?
Not really.
What, enough of me? Full stop.
I'm only joking.
The sharp typewriter ribbons in the red box go for really good money. Look up yours by itself. Okay, will do. I think there's at least one spare ribbon in another box somewhere. Oh, hang on. Guess who's been watching the live chat half an hour behind? Apparently you, Lisa.
Sometimes I do that. I tune in and I don't realise I'm not actually watching live. And then I start commenting on things. And then I think, why is everyone else talking about something else? And then I realise, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Lisa's put. Don't call yourself that, Lisa. Crocodile Dundee. That's what it's from. That's not a knife.
This is all Lisa's fault.
That's a knife.
It's all your fault, Lisa.
Was it Lisa that started that?
Yes.
Oh. You know the Crocodile Dundee reference now, don't you? When he's in New York City or whatever and someone goes to mug him, And he goes, "That's not a
Oh
knife.
yes, I do. I have seen Crocodile
That's a
Dundee.
knife."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it when I was 14 and it was a 15 film, and my mum wanted to go and see it, so she maybe put some makeup on so I looked older.
Your mum is outrageous. Yeah, Croc Dundee. He's not the Messiah.
He's a very naughty boy.
I'm off to drink. Had so much yesterday at Scotland-England game. I'm still rough. I feel your pain, Matt. I haven't even caught up on the result. I don't even know what happened.
I don't care.
Nobody heard you. It's all right. I got the Monty Python Really Silly board game at the moment. I've had that before, I think. I've had a couple of different Monty Python games over the years. Yeah, I don't think I've managed to get much for it. As Darren said that. How very silly of you. What? Says Dave. Put the DVD on and get a cider. Yeah, sounds like a plan. I bet we've got loads of stuff to watch on the planner, haven't we?
Well, Big Brother's on. We're missing it.
Oh. Right. I'll just read to the end of the chat, and then honestly, we're going to go.
10 o'clock comes.
Andrew's got stockroom syndrome.
Oh,
Boom. Says Barry. Yeah, Nick, go for it. Sing along. No, I'll get all embarrassed. Yes, stockroom syndrome. That's a good one.
That is, I like that.
We should get t-shirts done. I could sit here in our chats with stockroom syndrome going on. Yeah. We've fallen in love with our stock. We can't sell it anymore. That's what hoarding is.
Well, I'm looking at you.
Have you seen your office? Kettle and pot scenario. I would have bundled the Monster High dolls in a job lot, but I only had the 2 that I sold you today. Stephen. Sorry, we forgot to get your name so we could give you a shout out. So that was Stephen that we met today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Lovely to meet you. Yeah, they generally, I've only ever bundled those. I have seen people get good money on individuals, but I haven't found an easy way to research them and find out, how to get the names. So perhaps that's worth looking into, because I've got loads now. Must have about 20 that I picked up today. England under 20s won the World Cup. Wow. Happy days. If Nick likes cider, he should sing I'm a Cider Drinker by the Wurzels. Yeah, definitely. Darren, question. Here we go. Just...
You thought it was a serious question for a second.
From Darren, why would I think such a thing? Just how much cider has Nick had? I've had nothing. I'm just overtired, I think. I get a bit like this when I'm overtired.
Yeah, you didn't have a lot of sleep last night.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm like a child. I get overtired and then I go hyper.
I just get really grumpy when I'm tired.
Yeah, I was grumpy driving back, wasn't I? Because Satnav took us through Woburn.
Oh, yeah, you were really grumpy. And I was like, we were driving through Woburn. I said, yeah, but look at the deer. I mean, it's only like 3 minutes more to go through Woburn than it is anything else. And we're getting this beautiful view of these lovely animals.
Out of our way.
3 minutes extra on
said the Satnav who lied.
It didn't lie. It was 44 minutes. It was 41 minutes to get there. So it's turning into Victor Meldrew, I tell you.
What do you expect? I'm like, I'll be 50 in like 5 years or whatever.
I expect you not to be so grumpy. I have to put up with it.
We were driving through Woburn Abbey Park, whatever it is, and there was a massive flock of deer. No, herd of deer. And they were all the stags, weren't they? They were young stags. Yeah. So it must have been about 20 young stags, and then loads and loads of little fawns and all the others. And they were trying to cross the road, and they were edging closer, and then they'd get close to the cars, and then they'd bolt and run away. It's fascinating, wasn't it, to see them?
Amazing.
Yeah. Did you take some pictures?
I took a couple, but they were very small. Just did it for Instagram.
Always look on the bright side.
Oh, they've started now.
Yeah. Okay. Nick, will you be packaging on the driveway tomorrow? Yeah, this is a problem. Sundays.
I keep coming in to use the photography area and realizing I can't. So I've got a stack of stuff that I need to use the photography area for.
Well, what happens
And
is
I can't use it. It's always full of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I empty the living room into here, and then when I come to package tomorrow, I empty this into the photography bit, and then I'm screwed.
Yeah.
We need a bigger house. Or we need less stuff. One or the other. Spam. So I'm just reading comments. Nick wasn't expecting the Spanish Inquisition. No, I wasn't. I wasn't expecting to drive through Woburn either today. Where did you go today? I went to Biggleswade, Hitchin, Stondon, Linslade.
Was it Linslade I went to? Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know where I was. Somewhere near Woburn.
Yeah. We were nowhere near Woburn. Satnav took us through Woburn for no apparent reason. Okay, right. I'm going to get to the end of the chat, honest, and then we're going. Lisa Fenn, oh my God, I'll be 50 in bloody August. Oh, you're ahead of me.
We're getting there.
Celebrate it, Lisa. It's an achievement. That's what it is. Adam says, don't start bickering like Zahir and Beck. They are so funny. I love watching those guys.
Tactical Bite says, must have been a stag party.
There's so many comedians in here. Yeah, it was a stag do in Woburn. Oh, we've still got 178 poor viewers watching us.
Some of them have given up.
Some of them have given up, and I admire them for just leaving. Just leave us to it. We're just randomly waffling.
Goodness.
Someone said, Anne says, if you were in Woburn, you could have picked up a stack of cardboard boxes from me, saving me taking them to the dump. If I'd have known. Okay. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Dara says, would you think about extending the extension you're in? Well, in all seriousness, we have thought about it, but it wouldn't add any value to the house. So it would be a lot more sensible to just sell and buy another house.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not much more we could do with this that would make sense, to be honest.
Yeah. What
we did here was, for what it cost us, was great because it gave us this workspace and it added like twice as much to the value of the house, so it's all good. Dave's on about biggest dickus again. Okay. Biggleswade, been there, can't remember it. Yeah, there's a big boot sale up there. Our main weapon is surprise and fear. Our two main.
Okay, I think we need to start. Really, it's got us 20 to 10 now.
Okay, it's 20 to 10. So sorry, I've been rambling. So sorry, I've been rambling. We're going to leave it there.
As much as I love sitting here and chatting to everybody, I feel like we've been keeping you because it's 20 to 10 on a Sunday night. People want to go to bed.
Shall I give them one last flash?
Oh, goodness.
Right, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate that. I hope there was some useful information in there. If not, I just hope it was entertaining. We'll be back on Tuesday with myself and Zahir for a regular chat. Yeah, we had a guest on last week, didn't we?
Did you? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, we had Ronnie on. So thanks for joining us. If you do enjoy these, as ever, please give us a thumbs up. If you're watching this later, drop me a comment below if you like. And if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? What are you doing? Anyway, thanks, guys. Sorry it went on so long, and we'll see you soon.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.